Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Mic check, waifu, waifu. Ma, tell him. Is that you?
It's getting hot outside.
This is episode 305 of Mic Check, Waifu, Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check, Waifu, Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. Is where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Story. It's where you can get access to the pre-show. 305 pre-show is up 2 days before this episode goes live. Check us out on patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Link is in the description of the video. Shout out to the Patreon producers that keep the lights on. Dad Needs to Talk podcast, Christian, the Archivist, Fear, Cat the Pro from Chaotic Culture podcast, Explicitly, All for One Matt, Matthew H, Monique Williams, Semi Sensei, Phrozen, Rob Stone, and last but certainly not least, our guy, TMoneyFingers, fingers. You're going to hear from a lot of these people today because today is the summer preview episode. So for the uninitiated, every season we cover, let me just get this straight out the way because this is a lot of people's first episodes of Mic Check Waifu Waifu, whether we know it or not, Tell. We cover seasonal anime. We're the Mic Check Waifu Waifu anime podcast that covers seasonal anime. We are going to discuss the summer preview. So what we do is we like to build our summer anime list, get it prepped for the summer, so we can, go through the most anticipated, pick a sleeper, et cetera, more on that later. But join us on this journey as we create our summer watch list. We're going to hear from the community, us, and read a bunch of synopses of new shows. If a show sounds interesting to you, put it on your list. And we do use AniList. The link to the AniList will be in the show notes as well as the description of the video. So we use AniList because it is the best way of keeping track of all your anime. I think this week I'm going to come out with the video, the updated AniList video. So I'll be on the lookout for that on our YouTube, youtube.com/@Mic Check Waifu Waifu. If you're watching the video version, like it. And if you're listening on a podcast services, rate us. We appreciate that. Okay. Got a couple of things before we get into our episode of the week. One thing is we finally have our things for our second podcast that we're coming out with. It's a gaming podcast titled Respec Gaming. Shout out to Respec Games, where we respect games. It's the title of our gaming podcast and our gaming, let's just call it a gaming branch of us, where we're going to drop let's plays and podcast and reacts and stuff like that. So youtube.com/@Respec Games. Go ahead and go subscribe there. We appreciate that. We would love you for doing that. But we are on the search for the intro. That's the only thing we need. We need an intro for the podcast. What we're looking for obviously a video gamey-esque intro, but the style we're looking for, let's call it Expedition 33 inspired, orchestraic, if you will.
Classical,
but video gamey.
Yeah.
Yep. Classical, but video gaming, almost like Nier Automata or Expedition 33 or even Kingdom Hearts in a way. Just very classical and ambient style intro. So if you're a producer out there and you listen to this podcast, feel free to send us an email at Gmail or at miccheckwaifuwaifu@gmail.com. We'll take a listen. And if we use your intro, let us know, what you want for it, or, if you want money or if you want recognition, we got you. We'd appreciate that. So if you are a producer, you have this week, the week of the 17th. Yeah, the week of the 17th to get it to us. If not, we'll just, look elsewhere. We'll figure it out. But we starting this gaming podcast super soon. Relatively soon. Extremely soon. Probably in like a week and a half. So if we can get an intro. So please be excited. We appreciate everybody that support us on Mic Check. So hopefully if you're into video games, to support us on Respec Games, where we respect games. All right, we appreciate that. Now, on to the show. Tell, what was your episode of the week this week?
Episode of the week was super duper dumb easy.
Dumb easy.
At least for me. Okay. Yeah, it was at least for me. At least for me. Apothecary Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just a lot of the, and I hate to say it was like the moments in this episode, because this is not an anime about moments. It's about following the entirety of what's happening. You know what I mean? Like the whole through line is there.
Yes.
But man, do they have moments? You know what I mean? Like, goodness gracious. I saw the episode coming, so to speak, but man, it was just too good. It was too good.
I got to cheat this week. I'm so sorry for doing this, but I have to cheat this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many episodes, so I'm going to lay out why this was the hardest episode of the week for me of all time. I'll even put that in Discord. I'm like, this is the hardest week ever, because I'm gonna start with From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Fantastic episode, beautiful episode. Well animated episode. The best 3D fighting I've ever seen, and just fighting animation period just looks phenomenal, and it's grounded, which I absolutely love. Summer Pockets had a fucking fantastic episode that brought me to tears. Again, Summer Pockets is just fantastic. Sword of the Demon Hunter had yet another fantastic episode that I can't get enough of that show. Even the Suijin family children, until the last 4 minutes, maybe 3 minutes of the episode. The episode was beautiful, man. It was just a beautiful turn on like family, right? On you would always be family no matter what the situation is. It was just a fantastic moment. But Windbreaker, obviously, goodness gracious, I had chills watching the entire episodes of Windbreaker. You nailed Apothecary Diaries on his head. But the one I decided to go with is The Two Perfect Saint, tossed aside by my fiance and sold to another kingdom. All of those episodes are worthy of episode of the week, and this was the hardest week for me because of those being so on the same level. But Two Perfect Saint inched above it because it was just so spectacular. And the fact that it, again, as I say every time we talk about this show, continues to grow on itself. Every week. I can't help but to give it its flowers for that, because it is truly a special show. Sorry for that rant, but I had to get that out. Okay.
Okay.
Now, you said you had something to touch on before we get started.
So, and I find it amazing when I think about this little topic I was thinking about, because I literally was thinking about this anime. You know how My Dress Up Darling, slight spoiler for summer, is going to have a season 2.
One of the greats, yes,
coming this summer. I wholeheartedly believe, and this episode seared it into my brain, that if this boy-girl relationship was about strictly the jewelry and her modeling it, or him finding models to model it, this anime would be amazing. I think it would be great.
Big true.
Because there were moments in this episode specifically, and even when it's like when he has those moments throughout this whole season, when he's been down and he's thinking about what to do next, or specifically with the jewelry, or he's up and thinking about, this is what I want to do with the jewelry. Those moments have hit so hard for me.
Absolutely.
I'm like, man, I wish there was just more of that.
Absolutely.
This week was just so like heavy into that. And as soon as it switched into the relationship conversation, I zoned out. And then it went back to the jewelry, and I'm like tuned in again. I'm like feeling this like live, bro. I'm feeling it, and like I'm paying attention to how it's just so hard to care when they talk about the relationship. And I look at the Discord. I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone.
No, yeah.
But it's like, I want them to almost rewrite it, because I feel like this could be in that top 100 if they took out the entirety of the romance, because it just drags it down so heavily. And
I think that, and with this episode, put a lot in perspective for me, because that is the absolute point of the show. The absolute point of the show, I guess that's spoilers. but who cares? The absolute point of the show is to show that romance can be a hindrance on your dream. That's all I'm gonna say to that, to not spoil it all. And that, I think, this was the best episode of the entire show, because of the simple fact is that that one person came to that realization. And I do agree with the community, TCB and Fear, that the adults did it in a roundabout way that was disgustingly aggressive to these children. Okay.
Right.
It was disgustingly aggressive. That just was unnecessary. And I wholeheartedly agree with them on that. But it was a necessary thing to be said to the situation that was happening within the show all season. So I do think this was the best episode of this show. And in particular, I do think that it's just not good unless it's talking about the jewelry, like you said. It's just not good. But I think that was the entire point of it. That was the through thread to get us to the peak of this triangle. You know what I'm saying? Which is a very interesting way of doing it. However, if it wasn't for the fact that it was easy enough to watch, as irritating as it was still easy to watch. I'm not going to take that away from it. As easy as it was to watch, it was awful to watch.
Man.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, though. There's elements of it that just made me feel My Dress Up Darling. And I so thoroughly enjoyed My Dress Up Darling. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
And for this show to even have an element of that, I was like, y'all are missing where y'all could be hitting home runs. Y'all could be killing it here.
It's every time one character is on the screen, it's like, it gives me agita. It's like, makes me just shiver. I hate it. I can't stand
bro. But yeah, I felt that this whole episode, and I agree, this was the best episode of the entire season. Mm-hmm. And it just had those pockets where I was like, yes. Turn it off. Stop it.
Couldn't agree more with that. And then I just want to give a special shout out to TCB on calling what is Kowloon. I don't know if he read ahead. It seemed like he read ahead for him to be this kind of spot on with Kowloon's kind of major point that they made this particular episode. But I'm gonna give him credit for calling it, because he called it almost nail on the head, like nail on the hammer, or whatever the saying goes. It was like, it's crazy. It's unbelievable, that show. I'm not gonna say anything for the sake of spoilers on that one, but yeah. All right. Let's get into this summer preview of 2025. I cannot believe it's summer already of 2025. For one, that's crazy. And these are my most fun episodes that we do, because building the anime watch list for this season is so fun to see where we end up and then how it ends at the following season. Because next week we're going to be talking about the spring wrap up. So give us your spring wrap up. I'm gonna do another thread for the spring wrap up on your thoughts on what you think about the entirety of the spring, but to see how your list fell down or even grew, like that's the most fun part about building the summer list, or building seasonal list in general. Del, where do you want to start? How do you want to start? We talked about it in the pre-show a little bit.
Let's do a cursory glance real quick, right?
Okay.
Don't say nothing really, but just looking at it. Mm-hmm. So we see what's returning.
Yeah.
Now you kind of get in and like, I'm looking at some of these titles and I'm like, some of these titles are interesting. Mm-hmm. You know how we are with the titles.
Yep.
And then I'm looking at some of the studios. My Whole Film.
They're huge.
Yeah. Let me see. I feel like PA Works did something that we liked before.
Oh, PA Works does a lot that we like. So we're gonna try to make sure we give you the studio in which the show we're talking about.
Let me see here.
Oh my God, there's so much stuff.
Yeah, bro. PA Works got another one. Oh, that's a movie. But yeah, bro. David Production has one. White Fox has one. Even though I'm not even sure we're gonna watch all of this, but there are some studios in here that I know will do things that we love. All right. So here's what we should do.
Okay.
How we have been doing it. Let's look at what the viewers have. Let's take into account some of what they talking about. Mm-hmm. and we'll break down the synopsis with what they're saying.
Okay. So we're going to read the shows as we announce their picks for most anticipated and sleepers, etc. And then we're going to talk about our most anticipated, and then we're going to go through the list and find individual stuff that we're interested in that the viewers or listeners didn't talk about. Let's do that. All right. I'm going to start with TCB if you don't mind, Till. Shout out to TCB. He says most anticipated. This is all in Discord, by the way. So discord.mycheckwifewifewhite.com. Anybody can join. It's free for anybody to join and be a part of the show. So you don't have to be a supporter or anything like that. Just join the Discord and be a part of these conversations. Great community. All right. Most anticipated. Yes. So many, he says. TCB says high tier. Don to Don season 2. Grand Blue season 2. Kaiju number 8 season 2. Dr. Stone Science Future part 2. My free up, darling. I'm assuming means my dress up, darling. Season 2.
Right.
City the Animation. Call of the Night season 2. Rui Rocks. Gagachi Kuda. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless. Tokapi's. That's the name of the show, by the way. Unless. Tokapi's Original Sin. Cleavitus. And a sleeper. Are you ready for this, Tel?
Yeah.
His sleeper pick is Secrets of the Silent Witch. Going to be random with this one. He says other shows, solo camping for 2 may be a comfy watch. Same for See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. The one only 6 episodes, so quick and easy. CGDCT with Garus. I don't know what any of that means. Well, I know what Garus mean, but I don't know what CGDCT mean. And he says, Flagrant Flower brooms with dignity. Looks to be one of the top romances of the season, with the hype behind it from the manga readers and it being done by Cloverworks. Yeah, it's on the list. Easy. Watare's Kun ++++ is about the collapse of PV, apparently. It's misleading. I don't know what that means. Oh, but in a good way. Could be a decent and solid slice of life drama. Also, give 9 Rulers Crown a shot. Don't see a lot of pure mystery / supernatural shows this season outside of the bigger hitters. So yeah. And then last but not least, Nita She. Oh man, this is going to be the new DGen show of the season. Full stop. I saw the preview. That's preview, Polow, you doofus. And it's wild. Plus they got a passion on this one. And judging by what I saw, they probably got their A team on this one. Laughed my ass off. All right, let's start with his sleeper pick.
All right. So I got his sleeper pick pulled up, bro. I feel like, so do you remember The Dreaming Boy is a Realist? Mm-hmm. They produced that. They also produced...
Wait. Who produced what? What?
Studio Gokumi.
Okay. Studio Gokumi.
So they produced Dreaming Boy is a Realist, which I remember we liked.
Yeah, of course. I love that show.
And then they also produced Reborn as a Vending Machine.
Oh, God, I hate that show. Is that the only 2?
We also produced I'm Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class.
Love that show.
So
it's not going to be ugly, at least.
It's definitely not going to be ugly. I feel like the way that this already looks, though, this could be a hit.
Talk to me.
All right. Silent Witch, or Secrets of Silent Witch. Monica Everett, the Silent Witch, is the world's only practitioner of voiceless magic. A veritable heroine who single-handedly fended off the Black Dragon of legend. However, the young prodigy is actually super duper dumb shy. Yep. Turns out she only learned voiceless magic to avoid speaking in public. Ignorant of this, the 7 sages have placed her on a top secret mission to guard the second prince. Can Monica keep it together as she contends with both social interaction and the evils targeting the young royal? That sounds like it's going to be great. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, it does, actually.
That sounds like it's going to be amazing. That's a good pick, in my opinion.
So as far as reading the synopsis of shows, let's just do the community sleepers, unless it's a repeat, and then we'll choose something new from their list to read.
Yeah.
But I agree. Secrets of the Silent Witch might be one of those quiet sleepers. But he says it's going to be random with this one. That's not random. You always like these witch shows, TCB, so that ain't nothing new.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. Tell, you want to bring up our guy, BoomBox?
Yeah. All right. So, BoomBox, good to have you back. Most anticipated, Dandadan Season 2. Kaiju number 8, Season 2. Sakamoto Days, Season 2. Gachi Akuda, which now that's been brought up a second time. Hero or Shield Hero, Season 4. And the sleeper pick, Bullet.
Short and sweet.
I like it. Let's check that bullet out.
Yeah, I should have had it put up. This one is I saw this a few times in the Discord. It seems simple. It seems simple enough, but Bullet is produced by E&H Production. Don't have a lot of confidence in that because guess what they produced?
Oh God, what is it?
Ninja Kamui. So we already know how that goes. Bullet looks like it's an anime original again. It is. Okay. Is it Adult Swim again? It doesn't look like it's Adult Swim. No, it's Gaga is the producers of it. But yeah, it's an anime original. We talked about this a couple of episodes ago. Might check Waifu, but these anime originals are always super terrible or super super good. I.e., To Be Hero X being really really good and Ninja Kamui being really trash-tastic. But Bullet, a team of thieves find themselves in a world of trouble after completing their latest jobs. And that is it for the synopsis. I'm gonna give it one episode, but let me just say this. Let me just say this, Tell. This is gonna stink. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I could be very, very, very wrong. But my gut feeling tells me that it's gonna stink.
It could be phenomenal.
It could be phenomenal. And I would love to be wrong for once about these fucking shows, okay? I would love for it to be this anime of the season. But we're going to see.
Sheesh. I feel you. I ain't going to lie. Oh, man. As soon as I looked at the image, I was like, oh, this is one of those. Now, BoomBox, when we open up the Discord forum for this, we need you to come drop your thoughts.
Please do. Remember, sleepers are picks that you know nothing about. Okay, you haven't read it, you haven't did anything. You looked at the list of summer anime and you just read the synopsis and you know that looks interesting, and that's your pick. You have to watch it all, unless one time where everybody gets to skip at least one show per season, like per whatever. Okay, so keep that in mind. Remember, you're a sleeper. You have to see it through to the end. That is the fun part of this game that we all play. And if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. It's just kind of the rules per us. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go to our guy Kilo. Kilo says, damn, a lot of heat this summer, literally. I hope y'all ready for Don form to blow up again. Yeah. Sleeper, Nyaight of Living Cats. I just watched the trailer this morning and it seems very stupid conceptually, but I low-key think it might be one of the funniest and entertaining watches this summer. Most anticipated, Gacha Kuda. Now, it's the third time we've heard this show. Okay. Outside of the returning season 2s and Chainsaw Man / Demon Slayer movie this fall, I definitely will be checking out the Stunned Hero and the Assassin Princess, or the Assassin Princesses. New Panty and Stocking, Virgin Punk, Togen Naki, Cleavatess, and the Summer Haruka. Haruka died. Yeah, Summer Haruka died.
Okay. All right. So Nyaight of the Living Cats.
That is an interesting title.
All right. So studio is OLM.
Hold on now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hold on now.
Apothecary Diaries.
Hold on now.
This might be one to look out for. That's crazy. But hear this out. In the near future, a unique disease is swept across the planet, a virus that transforms humans into cats. And the horde is expanding, since if these adorable kitties snuggle with a human, the human is transformed into yet another cat. A small group of cat-loving survivors is trying to escape the madness, but how can you defend yourself against a threat you just want to cuddle and pet? This wild new take on a post-apocalyptic survival tale will make you roll over and purr with delight.
So instead of zombies, it's cats. That's interesting.
This is crazy.
It's going to get 3 out of me.
Yeah, it's getting 3.
You know how people say I'm either a dog man or a cat man? I'm both. I like them both. I've always had one or the other as a kid, as a youth. And I'm a fan of cats. But I'm just interested to see this conceptually. Night of the Living Cat is just hilarious. Dawn of the Living Dead is just a play on that. So it ought to be a funny one. It ought to be a funny one. Hopefully one that actually gets. Hopefully it'll get Till to actually laugh out loud.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think so.
You know Oh, that's funny. All right. Let's
hop into Crystal.
Crystal. Everybody knows Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. The order is based on release date, if shown at the time I got my list. Gotcha. She always organizes this for us. Mm-hmm. Sleeper. The fragrant flower blooms with dignity. Now, hear me out. Mm-hmm. I felt like as soon as I saw that name, I was like, she gonna pick that. Mm-hmm. Most anticipated. The summer Hikaru died. I've seen stuff about this one, and even though it isn't my typical genre, this intrigues me. Rascal does not dream of Santa Claus. I will only be excited if I can watch the 3 movies that take place before this new season. The Rising of Shield Hero Season 4, just because I like the series, LOL. And then she dropped a list of what she's watching. You can go to Discord to read it. Welcome to the Diner of the Exiles, Secrets of the Silent Witch, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
How big is
April Shower? It's not big. It's maybe 10.
Okay.
April Showers Bring May Flowers. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Summer Hikaru died. Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. The Makandu Sisters are surprisingly easy to deal with. The Rising Shield Hero Season 4. Dr. Stone's Science Future Part 2. And then Cute High Earth Defense Club Hikaru.
So her sleeper, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This is, of course, done by Cloverworks, which is one of my favorite studios of all time. Cloverworks did My Dress Up Darling Season 2. Windbreaker Season 2. Come on. This is going to be the most beautiful show of all time, probably. I'm looking forward to it. But the Fragrant Flower that blooms with dignity, it goes like this. Chidori High is a boys' school that takes in dregs of society with the lowest grades. Next door stands Kyoyo, Girls High, where the wealthy high-class families send their precious daughters. Chidori, second year, Rentaro, who has a fierce face but a gentle heart, is helping out his family's pastry when he meets a girl named Kyoruko. The two hit it off right away, but this blissful peace is quickly disturbed when Rentaro discovers that Kyoruko is actually a student at Kyo. Worse, she seems to realize that what a huge problem this really is. Will these two be able to forge the path for themselves and sidestep the traps, metaphorically and literally, laid by their classmates? Yeah, this is a Polow ass anime.
Hey, as long as you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna get a watch out of me.
Good. Huey TJ, our guy Huey, says, my list is light. Returning, Sakamoto Day Season 2, one of the few. My Dress Up Darling Season 2. Kaiju number 8 Season 2. Don Da Don Season 2. New, Bullet. He chose that as a sleeper. Virgin Punk and Gotcha Kuda. Let's go to Virgin Punk Taylor. No, Gotcha Kuda, because we keep hearing about that one. Let's go to that one and see what that's about. Because this is the 5th time we've heard about this. What is so interesting about this one that people are choosing it on their list?
Gotcha Kuda.
What is the studio?
Studio is Bones. This already, I ain't even look at the trailer yet, but the trailer picture is crazy. A boy lives in a floating town where the poor scrape by and the rich live a sumptuous life, simply casting their garbage off the side into the abyss. When he's falsely accused of murder, though, his wrongful conviction leads to an unimaginable punishment. exile off the edge with the rest of the trash, down on the surface, the cast-off waste of humanity has bred vicious monsters. And to travel the path to vengeance against those who cast him into hell, a boy will have to become a warrior.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It might be interesting. It seems very
edgy.
But atypical, be usual shonen. Is that a problem? Not really, but it just seems.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Definitely, yeah, for sure. We're definitely give it a try. I'm in the mood for a show where I can turn my brain off. Hopefully, or if not, I would love that too.
But it almost might not even be that. What if it surprised you?
I would love that. Hey, oh no, you got my guy. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Frozen. Go ahead, you do it.
Frozen.
All right, so Frozen. Hoping I finally break my streak of always picking horrible sleepers. It'd be like that sometimes. I had a whole year of it. His sleeper pick: Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra.
Apocalypse Bringer.
Yeah, Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra. Most anticipated, Gotcha Kuda. Read a few chapters of the manga and it has some grit, and you can't help but root for the protagonist.
I'm gonna bring up Apocalypse Bringer. I think. What's the name of it again? Apocalypse.
It is. It's Izakai Moku Shiroko Mynoghra. I don't know how to spell it directly. Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra. I think you just type in Apocalypse Bringer and it'll pop up.
I got it. So this is done by Studio Maho. Maho is very, very on and off as we know. Standing on the Million Live Season 2, By the Grace of Gods. Yeah, they're not Dr. Elise. That's a really good show. Blue Mambaro, that's not a good show. Maho is very, very off and on, but we shall see. Now, Apocalypse Bringer is about Takoto Ira succumbed to illness at a young age and ended up reincarnating in a world that resembles the fantasy turn-based strategy game Eternal Nations. Ooh. Not only did he reincarnate into his favorite game, but as the god who commands the evil civilization Mynoghra. With Mynoghra's beautiful hero unit, Sludge Witch, Atau, by his side, not even the legendary difficult race traits will stand in the way of restarting their civilization. Lord Takudo, or whatever, won't start over with me. Explore, expand, exploit, exterminate. A tactical fantasy world is waiting for heroes like you. Join Eternal Nations today. Holy shit, Frozen. You might have not have missed with this one. This screams Polow, because for one, I love strategy games. Civilization, even city builders I love. So that seems like that's what this is going to be. I am very much now looking forward to this after reading the synopsis. So shout out to Frozen for bringing this to the attention of who would have just completely skipped over it. Unbelievable. That just blew my mind. Shout out to you, Frozen. All right. We'll go to our Patreon producer. Frozen was one as well, but our other Patreon producer, R41 Matt, he says summer anime list. My most anticipated returning shows: Kaiju number 8, season 2, My Dress Up Darling, season 2, Shiro, season 4. Most anticipated new show, The Summer Hikaru died. I read the synopsis and I already need to know more. And it is Sleeper, Virgin Punk. Super early gut check. I have a feeling that this show might have some great characters in it. Hopefully, I'm right about this.
Virgin Punk.
That's the second time we heard about Virgin Punk.
All right, Virgin Punk. The studio is Shaft.
Studio Shaft.
What did they do? Let me see. They did Madoka Magica, Monogatari series Off, which looked amazing.
Oh, Zom 100.
Fate Grand Order Explore movie. Zom 100. Yo, yeah. So they have some heat in terms of animation.
So they have a lot of assistant work. The only heat that they actually got is that's theirs. You can consider theirs is probably Ruby and Zom 100. Everything else is like specials and OVAs.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. Virgin Punk. The story follows Ubu, a young woman who finds herself living the dangerous life of a bounty hunter. As she grapples with her inner turmoil, she becomes entangled in a world filled with chaos and the desires of the powerful and eccentric individuals around her.
This looks interesting. It's out in 10 days too, so relatively soon.
It does look good. It looks good. It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, I just scrolled further down that list for that studio, and they also did some of the Mynoghra series, like full series. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm fucking in. Big time I'm in. That's huge. That's massive. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to Dad Needs to Talk, Tell. Another Patreon producer.
All right. Pops need to talk. I mean, aka Dad need to talk. Summer is looking full of great returning shows and some cool new ones. My sleeper is Water Magician. This just seems like a cool, safe bet. Safe bet. Okay, I'm okay with a safe pick. Most anticipated. These are a few I'm excited to watch and see how people react to them. Summer Hikaru died. I think we are looking towards that one. Tongan Anki. Takopa's Original Sin. Takopis or Takopis?
However you said it, I'm going to say it's right.
All right, but let's see. Water Magician.
I got that pulled up. Typhoon Graphics in Wonderland. Typhoon Graphics did Anyway I'm Falling in Love with You. So Crystal knows about that. Dahlia Bloom. That's unfortunate because that show looked terrible. Good show, though. Oh, while Ray Liana ended up at the Duke's Mansion. That's a good one. And My Daughter Left the Nest and returned as an Anyway adventure. That also looked good. The Water Magician. Gotta hit read more. Ryu is delighted to be reincarnated into the fantastical world of Fee. I'm gonna go with Fee because that's the American way of saying that spelling. In the fantastical world of Fee, where he thinks he'll get to live a quiet life, learning to use his newfound water magic. Going with the flow here, however, means something very different. Ryu is immediately pitted against the wildlands. He winds up in the slew of deadly monsters that call the remote subcontinent home. You think he forget about taking it easy when he's stuck fighting for his life, but lucky for Ryu, he's naturally optimistic, clever, and blessed with hitting an eternal youth trait. 20 years pass in the blink of an eye, and each encounter, along with the way he pushes him one step closer to the pinnacle of human magic. Little does he realize that's only the opening chapter of his tale. A fateful meeting soon thrusts Ryu into the forefront of history, forever changing the course of his life. Thus begin adventures of the strongest water magician the world has ever seen, who is also likes to do things at his own pace. This does seem interesting.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be on the list.
That definitely seems very interesting, actually. Wow. Alrighty.
All right, you gonna hit Christian the Archivist? Oh, you about to say?
Yeah, Christian the Archivist, aka Death Sight. He says Summer has some heat coming. My sleeper, Silent Witch, against my better judgment, since I feel Watashi got Kibo Tito. Okay, I'm not even gonna try. He says a few shows. Their Japanese name, I don't know what their English titles are, but he can go extremely left instead of staying wholesome. Most anticipated, though, is Seven Prince Season 2 and My Dress Up Darling Season 2. Looking forward to the ep since I haven't had much time to go to look at the upcoming recents. Got into Zenless Zone Zero. That's interesting. Yeah, Zenless is cool. I like Wuthering right now. That's what I'm into. But I digress. That's for Respec. Let's pick one of these crazy Japanese names. Maybe we could find an English title for it. do that first one. Watashi Gai Kabito Nuri. That's crazy. Christian, you should.
One of us gotta learn Japanese.
I know. I know. I'm stuck learning Mandarin because my wife and in-laws. So
that's fair.
Okay, there's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless that's what that one is. Why didn't he just put that one?
All right. No freaking way I'll be your lover. Okay. Which actually, I think that one is going to be a watch anyway.
I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay. You're not going to watch it? Okay. All right. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover. The studio producing it is Studio Mother.
They got some heat, though.
Reincarnated as a slime, or no, as a reincarnated aristocrat. Sorry, which we did love. More than a married couple, but not lovers. Which did love. They also did Ari Fureta,
which I love.
So they got some stuff there. Let's see. Rinako Amari is leaving her awkward and lonely junior high school life behind. Determined to become a normal girl with normal friends in high school, glamorous, confident Mai Uzuku is Rinaku's total opposite, wealthy, outgoing, and a literal fashion model. Against the odds, the two girls form an immediate connection. Rinaku thinks she may have found the best friend of her dreams, until Mai's dramatic confession sends her into a tailspin. Rinaku wants to prove to Mai that being BFFs is better than being girlfriends, but Mai is dead set on convincing Rinaku that they're destined to be lovers. Let the love games begin. Okay, yeah, nah, that seems a little too much. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah, when you trying to force somebody to love you, that's
exactly where I was going. No, thank you. I don't like. If I just want to be friends, we just gonna be friends. Not, I'm going to convince you that we're going to be together. It's just all types of wrong in my eyes personally. But I digress.
I might give it a try and realize that it ain't that bad, but we'll see.
All right, let's go to our guy TK.
All right, TK. Now TK got a list. He got a list.
Y'all gotta go read his list. His list is thick.
We said this before we started recording. We gotta tell y'all to go to his list. I have 45 in my summer list, and it's my longest ever upside down smiling face. Sleeper, the Water Magician. Most anticipated, Togen Anki, Welcome to the Outcast Restaurant, and Fermat's Cuisine.
Okay, so I put up Togenaki. It's done by Studio Habari. Studio Habari did After School, Hanako-kun, Classroom of the Elite, High Card, Tekken Bloodline, Bakugan.
Looked good.
Tekken looked good?
Yeah, it looked great.
Okay, all right. I'm interested in the Bloodlines of Oni. Togen Anaki synopsis. The Bloodlines of Oni and Monotaru have been passed down among certain humans for generations. Long ago, the Oni, aware of their own ferocity, lived in seclusion. However, their peace was shattered by an invasion led by Monotaru. Over thousands of years, these two factions formed the Monotaru Agency and the Oni Agency, respectively, and have been locked into conflict ever since. The protagonist, Shiki Itose, suddenly learns that the Oni lineage, following an unexpected attack by the Monotaru, this revelation set Shiki on the path to discover the destiny that lies within his blood, a meeting with the Oni dwelling within him. A new generation of dark heroics begin here in this tale of demons. Demons. I'm gonna give it a shot. This screams. What does it scream? What was the show we talked about 2 episodes ago? Or anime original? Akudama Drive. This gives that, but I could be wrong.
I hope not Akudama Drive, because okay. I'm gonna give it a go regardless too. Akudama Drive is lacking story elements in all occasions.
Yeah.
All right. We got TMoneyFingers.
TMoneyFingers.
You got to do the fingers. All right.
It's me, right?
Oh, is that you reading? My bad.
It's me. It's all good. I haven't seen anything at all about this upcoming season. I haven't been in Discord much lately due to working so much. I'm like 6 weeks behind on the current season, but I'm gonna hopefully be back. Briefly looked too tired to get into it. Seventh Prince is my most anticipated, but damn, we got so much. We got so much to look forward to. Sleeper, Silent Witch, only because I can relate and it sounds fun. Yeah, it does sound fun. All right, I guess you can go straight to Rob Stone.
All right, Rob Stone, thank you for leaving this for us.
Mm-hmm.
Summer 2025, most anticipated. There's a lot of the returning shows, but my Dress Up Darling season 2 is a standout for me. Season 1 is one of my favorite romance animes, so this should be great. And I agree.
It's one of the best.
Man, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Sleeper, geez, after Lazarus, I need to. My bad, brother. Geez, after Lazarus, I need to pick something that I can at least try to finish. There's nothing really jumping out at me or even anything I have heard of, but not read, so I'm going to try Silent Witch.
Silent Witch is a very popular one this off season. Very, very popular one. This off season, this summer season. I said it's off season like this is sports.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that's it for the community picks.
If this was a you know how we tried to do that anime draft pick. If this was a draft pick, Silent Witch might be might be the most drafted.
Yeah, so what's the you got the community sleepers in the notes?
I do.
Let's go. What are the community sleepers?
So going down the list, we have starting with TCB, Secret of Silent Witch, BoomBoxB, Bullet, Kilo, Nyaight of Living Cats, Crystal, The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, Huey, TJ, Bullet, Frozen, Apocalypse Bringer, Off One Matt, Virgin Punk, Dad Needs to Talk, Water Magician, The Archivist, Silent Witch, TK, The Water Magician, TMoneyFingers, Silent Witch, and Rob Stone, Silent Witch.
So what's the repeats? Silent Witch has how many?
Silent Witch has 1, 2, 3, 4. And
then the Water Magician has what, 2?
2.
Very, very
and
interesting.
And then Bullet has 2.
Very, very interesting.
So
good stuff. Thank you so much, community, for giving us your thoughts on the summer season. Now it's our turn to give our thoughts on the summer season.
So let's start here, Brolosaurus Rex. Brolo to die.
Those are all so good.
I'm tripping. What is your most anticipated, bro?
My most anticipated show.
Give me like 3. Give me 3.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a few. Rising of the Shield Hero.
Okay.
My Dress Up Darling.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaiju number 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to speak on this if you don't mind, Tel. No, I'm gonna wait. No, continue. Because I got another most anticipated. So if you don't mind. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. Now, This is based off of a series. Rascal, let me find, where's the original? There are 3 movies, prequels. Sorry, it's a lot. Okay. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai is a fantastic series. But there's 3 movies and then this season of what I just said, which was Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. So what I'm going to do is, because I watched the original, which is Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl. I'm going to rewatch that I'm going to rewatch that whole season. I'm going to watch the 3 movies that I'm supposed to watch. And then I'm going to go to Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. So that is another one I'm anticipating, but I got a lot to prep for. And I'm going to prep within the next couple of weeks of getting that done because I need to see this newest season. I didn't realize it was an actual series. I thought it was another movie. But because it's another season, then I am definitely going to watch the original again and then do the 3 movies and then start that. So I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, I think Crystal bringing that up made it interesting to me too. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Just because I feel like there's a lot to catch up on. But it did make it interesting, and I want to put it on like a backlog. But I feel like if I do that, I already have 1,000 things there. So
yeah, I might get lost in the sauce.
Yeah,
when I do my rewatch of it, and I'll let you know if it's absolutely worth it or not. Like if you should just, it's 12, and maybe we make that the mid-season review or something. I don't know. Like that's an idea per se.
Yeah.
What is your most anticipated?
My most anticipated, for sure, starting off with My Dress Up Darling. It is hard not to want everything from that. I just want that so bad.
Yes.
And then, oddly enough, at least I feel like it was kind of a odd. Kaiju number 8. I thought season 1 especially ended on like a relatively decent note. Yeah, that's
why I'm most anticipating it, because the ending was great.
And then I'm going to go with the summer Hikaru died. And I say that because last season I saw the trailer and I was like, oh no, I gotta watch this. Yeah. And I'm hoping it's good. I hope it doesn't let me down on my anticipation, but that's what I'm actually super, super excited for.
I don't know why it's so hard for anime to get horror right. It really is extremely hard.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you why I think this one might be okay. And it's because it gave summertime rendering vibes in the trailer. It didn't seem super horror oriented. It seemed more mystery oriented with like that summertime rendering philosophy behind it, where it was more about like the trailer didn't actually look horror oriented at all. Just like if you were watching the summertime rendering, it didn't look like that. It didn't look like you were going to be jumping into this thing that's supposed to be chilling or anything like that. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's that, and that's why I'm super anticipating it, because sometimes I can't get my mind off summertime rendering. It's just that good sometimes. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, bro.
Yeah. So some more I'm looking forward to. A couple of Cuckoo season 2. Now, didn't you watch this?
I did.
I'm looking forward to this one. This one was a very interesting show. For the underwears, I guess, do I want to read the synopsis of a season 2? Probably not. But this is about the protagonist and the protagonist and the female lead. They get switched at birth. Okay, and they meet each other and they get switched, and then a whole bunch of drama ensues because he lives with a poorer family and she lives with a richer family, when it's supposed to be that he's supposed to live with the richer family and she's supposed to live with the poorer family. And then there's a bunch of like romantic intricacies within the series that has, supporting characters, and it's a pretty good show. Very, I won't say very funny, but decently funny. It doesn't make you laugh out loud or anything, but it leaves some chuckles in you. But I'm looking forward to a couple of Cuckoo season 2. Highly slept on show, for sure. It's done by Studio Akudo, which I'm not too familiar. I guess they did even given the Worthless Appraiser class, I'm something strongest in my instant death ability. They also did Studio Apartment, which I liked. That's really about it. How not to summon a demon lord.
Yeah. I'm also, and this could be absolute garbage because a lot of times it ends up being, but Arknights. They have a sequel to that first season of anime. So sometimes these gaming anime do end up being trash.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But Arknights isn't based off. It's not like, what was that? With the boats and stuff like that. It's not. I know exactly what you're talking about. Azure Line. Azure
Lane, it's not something like that.
Azure Lane. Yeah, there it is. It's not like that where it's about the little girls who become boats and shoot stuff up or blah blah blah. So I'm actually, when I saw this, because I feel like I did not remember the first season being released, I think I'm going to watch this in our 2-week span of having nothing new. So I think I'm actually going to watch this season
That's interesting. I forgot about that part. We do got like 2 weeks where there's nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see here. Obviously, reincarnated as the seventh prince. We're looking forward to. How do you feel about Call of the Night season 2? I think you liked it better than I did season 1.
Oh, I 100% liked it better than you did. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. I didn't think season 1 was terrible. It wasn't.
Don't lie.
It was about a 60, 65.
That's terrible.
No, it's not. That's
okay.
Slightly above middling.
It's terrible. It's terrible in standards of school, right? We're not in school anymore. Well, I'm in school, but it's terrible in standards of school. But we're not. This isn't graded in school context. Realistically, yes, the 64 is not terrible. It could be worse.
Yeah.
But
it's slightly.
It's not many. It's not many shows that's a 64 that you'd be willing to watch again. Yeah,
because it was an easy watch. It was just one of those shows that was easy to watch, but not that interesting, I think.
Yeah, it was. The disjointedness came from the characters and their chemistry being trash. So
oh God, yeah, big time.
I'm not trying to traumatize you. I know how easily I can traumatize you.
Yeah, because I'm big on characters. I say it all the time.
You can dangle some characters in front of the public like, poor chemistry. He's shivering right there, right now.
Yeah. That's absolutely right. Yeah, so I'm gonna watch it because I watched the whole season 1. So why not, right?
Right.
Sakamoto Days, I'm probably not gonna watch because I didn't finish season 1.
Yeah, bro, that's not happening.
Chainsaw movie, the Rize arc. You interested?
That could be fun.
The movie?
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in theaters or nothing.
No, hell no. I'm gonna catch it on the site. That shall not be named if I have to.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to. I'll probably end up watching it, but yeah, I'm not going to go hunting for it.
Yeah, because the thing about Chainsaw Man is I read it up into the second part after the end of the arc of the big badness or whatever. I stopped. It was like 110 chapters or something like that. But that was the one time where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn my brain off and read this shit, and I enjoyed it with my brain off. I felt like I was watching some bullshit Dragon Ball Z or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just nonsense, but it was cool nonsense to see these fights play out in the manga. So anything Mappa does, I'm all for. So it's gonna look good. Dotted Dot season 2 though. Are you excited?
So just hear me out. So. I say this, just hear me when I say this.
That expression alone was enough. But go ahead.
Alongside others, I was contemplating not even adding this to my watch list, bro. But I know I gotta watch it. I say I know I gotta watch it because it is one of the season's most anticipated. People are gonna want to watch this. Yeah. If it had, for instance, if it was Sakamoto Days was hardly bearable for me. Yeah. If I'm being honest. So I'm not adding Sakamoto Days season 2 to my watch list.
Yeah.
But
I'm with that.
Don to Don, while there were parts of it that were highly irritating and felt unbearable for me, it was still bearable. Mm-hmm. It was still watchable. God, did it sound good? God, did it look good? Mm-hmm. But did it feel good? Mm-hmm. So it's like a relationship with a person who talks and looks good but just ain't good.
What was the biggest problem?
What I dangle in front of Polow? Ooh,
them damn characters, man. Them fucking characters stink, man. I can't stand them. Everything else was decent, man. The villains are so good. Like the best part about the show is the villains, and then you got these terrible character moments that are just awful. And then every once in a while they'll drop a spark of decentness, and then that will instantly get erased. The next scene, literally the next scene, it'll all be erased. So I was like, ugh, I got to deal with that again. But again, it was dubbed, the day and date dubbed, so hopefully it's the same. So which made it an easy watch. And then during the season that it came out, wasn't really that much coming out, so it was super easy to just turn on. And then what I absolutely love was going antagonists against the community because they absolutely loved it. And I just loved, you know, exposing why this show ain't that great, even though they don't agree. But it's always fun.
Polow just trying to find a reason to hit the antagonist button. Give the community what they want.
No, I'm not watching Rent a Girlfriend season 4 because I know exactly what this arc is because I read all the way up to chapter 301, and shout out to Fear for dropping what is the spoilers of the end of Rent a Girlfriend because I am not turning that shit on ever again. Let's go to one that I think, should we go? Is that all for the most anticipated? Should we go into some ones that we don't know nothing about?
You don't know Nan? Yeah.
Oh, this is the other one that I'm gonna go to this one. This is the other one that Christian Archivist was talking about. Wataru Kun's blank is about to collapse.
I read the synopsis on that on my own.
I'm kind of nervous about what that means, but I digress. It's done by Studio Staple Entertainment, who did Ubel Black, Tales of a Wedding Ring. Oh God, am I actually the strongest?
Read the synopsis, bro.
Vermilion Goat. I actually loved Vermilion Goat. Nato Wataru lives solely for his little sister, Suzu Shiro, until his chaotic childhood friend, Sasuke, storms back into his life. Without uttering a single word, her very presence ignites buried memories and unravels his rigid routine. As tension rises, the secrets surface. Nato's devotion to Suzu Shiro clashes with his unresolved pain, threatening to collapse his fragile world. I just don't know about it, but why do I want to watch it? It's pissing me off already. I hate everything about that synopsis.
Yo, you feel me?
I hate it all.
I said the same exact thing, bro.
I'm gonna add it to the watching list though.
So yeah,
I hate it though. I really do hate it.
As soon as I read that, I was like, "Oh, this is about to be one of them."
I know, but I gotta give it a chance, man, because it could be Days with My Stepsister. Ever since Days with My Stepsister, I'm willing to give those type of shows a shot, as long as it's not like that.
You know what actually did that for me was Hachihiro.
Hachihiro also, yes, that was actually when made me give Days of Stepsister a try. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, that's what made me start giving things a chance when I felt like they didn't deserve it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I will.
Gotta at least try.
It's making me shake in my skin.
I know it is. It's making me itch.
As soon as I heard it, I'm like, oh my God. But I'm willing to give it a try. Because I remember when we watched a summer show, Christian the Archivist is the one who told me it ain't that. It's not that.
Exactly. And that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Almost Oscar worthy, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, it was art. It was a work of art. So I get it. So I might rock with that one. I might give it a go.
Yeah.
I was looking at this one and I'm interested in it. It's called Suyo Kut Nusaga or Suyo Kute.
I was just highlighting over that one. Yeah, talk to me.
It's got 3 studios: Studio Sotsu, Studio Masket, and Studio Clutch. Which it looks like Masket and Clutch do work together often because they got only one that they've done. But Sotsu has even given the Worthless Appraisers class, I'm still the strongest.
Okay, so they're a support studio on that one.
Then they have Gundam Built Metaverse. Oh no. Dark Gathering, which did look good. Reign of the 7 Spellblades. So everything they've been in support of looks good.
Okay.
They are the support studio for The Devil's a Part-Timer.
Ooh.
Season 2. So I mean, the stuff they have does look good.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, a lot. Actually, everything I think here actually is relatively high quality looking, or just good in general. Here's the synopsis. After a fierce battle, magic swordsman Cal finally killed the demon lord after being seriously injured in the battle. Cal, on the verge of death, approaches a relic which was in possession of the demon lord, and it sends him to the past. After recovering from initial shock, he decides to use this opportunity to avoid making the same mistakes of the past and become stronger.
Those are called regressions. Those are fun. I've been reading a lot of like regression mangas, and those are actually super interesting. Like that. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. I was hovering over it, but until you said it, now I'm really giving it a chance.
And now I'm reading this also, and I'm laughing because it gave us like a little bit of context here. There's a note underneath this. It says, "Note: This was initially scheduled for July 2023. The anime saw several delays and a complete change in director. Previously Norikazu Ishiguka and studio. Previously Yokohama Anime Lab and Mynoghra, which that could be benefit. That could be to their benefit to have sought out something because you hear me out. What's that joint I couldn't even finish watching? the beginning of
after the end.
Yeah, beginning at the end. Maybe this is beneficial to their outcome.
Yeah, so like switch studios because this shit was turning out bad. Let's go to somewhere else. If it was supposed to come out in 2023, they got 2 years to cook. Yeah. So it could be, you're right. It could be a lot better now, or it could be the opposite. Because they have, I noticed when I was looking at it, it has 3 support studios. That's never really good. But, we'll see. I'm interested though. I'm interested because the synopsis seem interesting. Check this one out, Tel. This one is called Scooped by an S-Rank Adventurer. This is done by...
We saw that a couple of times, right?
Yeah, Felix Film. Felix Film has done a hiring. The season 2, You Are Miss Servant, The Most Notorious Talker, MF Ghost. They got some heat. Something called Other Side Picnic, which look crazy because they got guns in their hand. But they got some decent heat. Let me check out the synopsis for us. You don't need a useless white mage, quote unquote. Lloyd is a white mage who was unexpectedly banished from the hero's party. Yes. As he was lost and uncertain, he happened to cross the paths with an S-rank adventuring party in need of a white mage. So he joined them on their quest. Little did anyone know at the time that the hero's party would fall apart and Lloyd would rise to fame. Wow. This story is about an unmatched support magic user who believes himself to be ordinary, becoming an unstoppable adventurer. Yes. This is a Polow and Tell ass anime. Indeed it is. That's crazy.
It's already on the list. It's getting watched.
That screams us. Funny enough.
It will be watched. Ain't even a second guess.
And we're gonna be the ones screaming it across the freaking what you call it?
The Anniverse.
There it is. All right.
This one. Clevities.
Okay, we heard about that from the community.
Yeah. Oh, did we? Oh yeah. Okay, so Clevities. It's got a couple of different. It's got rising impact. Okay, that's a. Tomo-chan is a girl. I don't think this animation is gonna be great. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What's the studio?
Les Deuce.
Never heard of them.
Producers are Katakawa. So we do see their name attached to a lot of stuff. But here it is. The story centers on the titular Clevities, or Clevites, the Lord of Dark Beasts, who wields both uncanny intellect and destructive power. Frustrated by the 13 heroes tasked to destroy him, he has decided to be rid of humanity once and for all. However, he has been charged with one nuisance. He revived a hero he personally slayed and adopts an orphaned humanoid baby. The last hope to save a dying world, the world stands upon the brink of Armageddon with the obligation of raising one child, holding it all back. Now bound together, what fate awaits this unlikely trio?
What a weird and interesting...
It's synopsis. All over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all over the place. And I'm literally like, I want to watch it. I got it on my watch list. But I'm like, is this going to be good? I haven't the slightest.
I was about to say, that is the question for sure.
That is such a roll of the dice.
I'm looking at this one called Mikadono Sashishimi wa Akagaki. Okay, what is the English title? The Mikadono sisters are surprisingly easy to deal with. Let's talk
about that one from the people.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. This is done by Studio PA Works. PA Works did Skip and Loafer. Skip and Loafer is really, really good. Want to watch it? I've highly recommend after TCB recommendation. Shout out to him. They did Buddy Daddies, which I did not watch after episode 1.
I thought was great.
Yep. The Day I Became God. That's a good one. I did enjoy that. Fairy Gone. They did. I did watch, I think, 1 episode of Fairy Gone. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but very interesting. P.A. Works does some. Not you, Siri. P.A. Works does some interesting stuff. But here's the synopsis. Though ISAU is the son of a renowned and talented actress, he is below average in anything he does. He is entrusted to live under the care of his mother's friend, and later discovers that he will be rooming with the 3 sisters from his school who passes both beauty and talent. Though you thought that the understanding would be impossible to reach between an ordinary person and those blessed with talent, the 3 sisters are surprisingly easily to deal with. They said the title. They said that they did the thing. Yeah.
Stop.
I'm down for this one. This reminds me of, actually, if I look at the, they don't have the shows that I just like. This seems like it'll be like, what's that one with the twins that we watched?
Indivisible by Twins.
Indivisible by Twins. It seems like it'll have
Indivisible by Twins. Yeah.
Yep. Some of that in it, in its DNA. Dude, my list is getting thick.
That's probably gonna be good. Yeah, I think my list is thick too. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's one of them.
I still got a little bit more.
How many think you won't go watch this season?
A lot, bro. Because I just found another one.
What's that?
This is Betrothed to My Sister's Ex-Loved by her sister's former fiance. What? Is
that the Zutaboro Rejo wa Anoe no Ma?
That's exactly it.
Okay.
This is done by Studio Land Q Studios. They done a bunch of really nothing, to be honest. But yeah, what the fuck? They didn't do shit. Moving on. The synopsis is, with unmaintained red hair and shabby clothes, Marie, the Baron's daughter, has been treated like a servant all her life. Count Guardanio, the country's richest man, who is said to be difficult misogynist, falls in love with her at first sight. However, due to a misunderstanding, Count Granado proposes to her sister Anastasia, who looks like a princess instead of the ragged Marie. A very popular work from Become a Novelist, Marie's Cinderella story that began with a hero's misunderstanding. Damn. So he saw her, fell in love with her, proposed to that family, but the family was the wrong one. That's going to be interesting. I'm watching that.
Now, hear me out. Now, normally, after reading what I just read, I would probably say, absolutely not, right? But hear me out. It's Studio White Fox.
What? You ain't telling me the name of whatever you're talking about.
I know. Let me get there.
You got to start with that first.
No, it's Studio White Fox. It's called Busaman Gachi Fighter. Studio White Fox. We know we love him. We love them with all of our heart, right? Now listen to this.
I love one thing they did.
His looks are negative 255. Touching girls causes him pain. And sexual acts will literally tear him apart. Just what can our ex-salesman Shigeru get in the other world in exchange for such inconveniences? This is an epic tale of one very ugly but ridiculously strong man.
What's it called again? I'm not watching it.
Busaman Gachi Fighter. I'm watching it.
I just gotta see it.
It's gotta be hilarious. It's gotta be.
You'll tell me if it's worth watching, but yeah.
I'll tell you for sure.
I can't even find it, but that doesn't even matter because I'm not even gonna watch it anyway.
It's probably gonna be crazy good.
And you think crazy good?
When I tell you it's gonna be crazy good, I'm telling you I'm gonna die laughing. If it's really good, I'm gonna die laughing.
Do you mean good in a bad way or good in a good way?
Like it might actually be like. So you know how I told you I laugh at ReZero?
Yes.
And you was like, ain't no way you laughed at ReZero.
Right.
I feel like this is gonna have all of the funny parts that I liked about ReZero, but also just look great. And it's an isekai, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I think this is going to be something that I thoroughly enjoy. It's going to be an easy watch. Easy watch.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'll let you watch one and then you tell me. We'll go from there. I just found it too, by the way. He is ugly.
And, yeah, he's very ugly. And then I got one more that I added to my list. Solo camping for 2.
Okay.
The studio is Synergy SP.
Who the hell?
Right. They did Mynoghra Crew is Impervious to My Charms. Goodbye Dragon Life.
Salabol of
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend. Really good. Yeah.
A Couple of Cuckoos.
Really good.
Initial D Stage 3. All right. And I read this and I instantly fell in love and I was like, I'm going to watch this for sure. Gen Kinokura, 34 years old, a solitary camper who cherishes his alone time in nature. Gen enjoys his usual solo camping trips. However, he unexpectedly encounters Shizuku Kusano, a complete beginner in camping. Reluctantly, Gen ends up camping with Shizuku, despite it being the last thing he wanted to do. What will become of Gen's peaceful camping life now that it's turned upside down by this new companion?
Okay. This one, I got one for you. It's done by, I'm sorry, let me give you the title first. The Bouquet for an Ugly Girl, April Showers Bring Forth May Flowers. This is done by Studio Silverlink. They did Kaido Girls Are Super Adorable, Sasaki and Peeps, Misfit Demon King, Our Last Crusade, Mission Yozakura Family. I mean, they got some fucking bangers, obviously. Masamune Kun's Revenge, absolute heat. But the synopsis is Tabata is a lonely, unpopular high school girl with negative thoughts. Early morning in the classroom, when she's pretending to be a manga heroine, the class good-looking Yosuke accidentally saw her. This is love. You will definitely want to support it. Masochistic system, unpopular girl comedy. Interesting. I'm definitely watching that.
Polo, I'm liking how your bag has expanded.
Oh, big time. Big time, brother. Big time.
Oh man. I think this is gonna be one of the thickest seasons in a minute. Oh my goodness.
I know. I keep finding shit, dude. I keep finding shit. Every time I scroll down this list, I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that looks interesting. Oh, that. So it's like, where do we stop? You got anything else?
I'm at the movies now, so I think I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see how many we got to our list.
There's so many.
Are we watching Rent a Girlfriend season 4? Are we done?
Absolutely not. I'm not watching that shit.
Okay, I appreciate it because I did not add it to the list.
Oh my gosh! Here, okay, I got one. This is done. This is called. I like to go to the synonyms for what they got. The Stun Hero and the Assassin Princess. Oh, somebody mentioned this in the community. The Stun Hero and the Assassin Princesses. I think it was TCB. But this is done by Studio Connect, which they did The Unwanted Adventurer, Strike the Blood Final, or Strike the Blood series in general, which is, I think I enjoyed a lot of it. I think I stopped at 3, but I need to go finish the rest, but I digress. They did Orisuki, which is one of my favorite comedy romances. Damn, they did a lot of stuff. And then I already mentioned Strike the Blood. But the synopsis is, Hero Toto possesses great skill, but his extreme shyness has left him unable to form a part. Wait, did we read this?
Nope.
Okay. His extreme shyness. What's up with this extreme shyness being a popular thing? Extreme shyness has left him unable to form a party, causing him to remain stuck in the town where his journey began. One day, he sees suddenly invited to join a party by 3 beautiful women, Ciel, Amone, and Gore. Overjoyed at finally setting off on the adventure, Toto is filled with excitement. But little does he know that these women are dead set on killing him. A deathly harem rom-com unfolds as the socially anxious hero who faints from a mere flustered excitement around women finds himself the target of 3 deadly companions, each with their own reasons for wanting him gone. Yes. Yes. This was probably going to be one of the surprises of the season, if I had to guess.
It might be because that sounds like it's strictly based off of chemistry, which I feel like it's always going to be a hit when you got some good chemistry.
Well, yeah, it could either be good chemistry or bad chemistry for that matter.
Right. Man.
Holy shit, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes.
So, do you know how many you got for your watch list so far?
Oh shit, Tel. How many you got for yours while I count?
All right. So I just counted mine. I have a solid 35. Now,
not that many.
Granted, technically, it's 33 because of Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. So it's 33. Okay. 33 in total.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
it's 13, a thick list.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I got 29.
Sounds about right.
Yep. All right. Now the moment that we've all been waiting for. Sleeper picks. I already had my sleeper pick, but this is just so me that it's hard to even. Yeah. You want me to go first?
I'm down to go first. I will say, even regardless of if I go first or not, I had my sleeper pick before we watched or we read through the list. I literally looked at something. I chose it. And I was like, this seems like a tail-ass anime.
Same.
So I'm already there.
I did that last week, unfortunately, when we were trying to determine on if we were going to do this week or not. Or last week. What you pick?
My pick is... Where is it at? It is named. I'm sorry, the name is kind of crazy.
That's okay.
Apocalypse Bringer, Mynoghra.
Oh, you chose the Apocalypse Bringer.
I did.
I think I remember you hinting at that a little bit, actually. Okay,
yeah, a little bit.
Let me make sure that's on my list first before. That's funny. Okay. I think it was, but. Because with the sleepers, we always make sure we read or we watch each other's sleepers, which I have to watch. I have to watch what you call it.
Well, so that's another thing we got to talk about is the Moonrise review next week, which would be the 12th week since we started watching it.
No, we didn't choose to review Moonrise. Oh. Two Perfect Saint.
Oh yeah, that's Two Perfect Saint review. Ooh, yeah. That's coming. When is that?
Next week, technically.
Yeah. So week after that.
Week after what?
Week after next week, right?
No, Two Perfect Saint was supposed to be next week because that's the last episode.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
What's your sleeper, brother?
Oh, yeah. That one was on my list, by the way, so we're good there.
Do you need to do no way game build that?
Oops, sorry. Went a little too far. There we go. Yeah, this one was picked again last week when I thought we were doing last week's episode. So, and everybody knows what it is, but it's the Fragrant Flower Brooms with Dignity. Uh-huh. I saw this one's trailer and I'm like, yeah, I need this. I need to make sure that Tel watches this. When you said I'm gonna watch it anyway, I'm like, yes, I'm glad you said that because it's gonna be my sleeper pick anyway.
I thought that was gonna be a sleeper.
Yeah. And
as soon as I saw it on Crystal list, I was like, yeah.
Of course, Crystal chose it, but again, I chose this last week, so it's hard to even. Man, she get on my nerves picking the same thing I do. But anyway,
I mean, same taste, except she like boys love.
Yeah, true. Yeah, not too bad list. Again, I am going to create a video on. If you are a anime list user, I am going to create a video to show you how to import your My Anime List over to AniList and how to use AniList efficiently. So be on the lookout for that. Until with that being said, you got anything else you want to add before we wrap? Let's get to know Mike Check Waifu, and then we'll wrap.
Let's do it.
It's my turn to read the question, isn't it?
Yeah, let's do that. Random number generator. 1 through 1,000. The number I have is Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Since they rapping, might as well drop a Sweet 16, Hot 16, hot 16.
Let me just find that, shall I? There it is. Make sure I bookmark this shit. There we go. 16 reroll.
I have 14.
Reroll.
Goodness gracious. 34.
What is your favorite anime from the 2000s?
So let's get specific then.
Yeah, let's do that. What is my favorite anime from the 2000s? Let's obviously keep it from 2000 to 2009. I think that'll be fair, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Hamtaro.
Okay. Oh, wait,
no, it's not mine.
Oh, I'm about to say, wait, is that your choice? Let's do. It don't matter.
I feel like from that time span, it's gonna be. Can you do a time span on here?
And you can't really do a time span, unfortunately.
Because I feel like
you want to just do from the 2000 itself, the year, or the whole 2000s. Because that's a lot.
Because I feel like if I go through that time span, I already know.
Okay.
Because I would probably just say like Fullmetal Alchemist or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But let's try and get creative.
Let's try to get creative. I love that.
From the year 2000, I'm gonna say nothing because the only thing I watched is Digimon, Pokemon, Card Captors,
Hajime no Ippo's there.
Metabots.
Yeah, I'm gonna say nothing for the 2000s. Let's go 2001. Yeah. That's how we could do it. We could just go through the years and then 2001. Oh, the third stage. I'm not gonna say that. Third stage was okay. And nothing from 2001 either.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff obviously I watched there, but yeah, I'm gonna say
2002. Ooh, I like that one.
Oh, also, did you? Oh, I mean, we did say this that Ronin Warriors is coming back.
Yeah,
now you know.
I'm like,
I'm stoked, man. I'm so excited, man. It's stupid. I'm so excited.
That's so funny.
I can't believe I watched Macros XX. I didn't even put that down and I watched it. Nope, nothing from this year. Beyblade, Pokemon. Pokemon had like a movie every year.
I know. They were unbelievable.
They make so much money. They just exist. And just money in the bank.
Go 2003 now.
Lupin the Third. Goodness gracious.
I couldn't stand seeing that.
Man, but I agree, but I used to watch it.
Yeah, I used to watch it too. I just could watching it meant that it was gonna be nothing else on at that time in my life. Like,
right. Because it was just on TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it felt like. Lupin. But you know what? Hear me out. And I know people are going to say this. If you're still here listening, that's how I felt about Big O.
Same. I fucking hated Big O, by the way. I'm sure they all know already, but I couldn't stand Big O. I'm going on 2004. I still haven't found anything.
Yeah, I think I'm here too. And it's not to say we haven't watched it, because I'm seeing stuff I watched.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just
100%.
I'm not gonna say this is my favorite from that time span.
Exactly. Pokemon Destiny Decosis. What is that? What Deoxys? Deoxys. The boy. I remember that one.
Yeah, I've seen all the Pokemon movies. I need to actually mark them off on my list that I've watched them.
I'm finding some stuff in here that I might want to add to the list, though.
I know, man. I'm trying to avoid that, bro. I'm literally trying to avoid that.
Chris is gonna be mad at our watch lists. It's awful.
I'm telling you.
Elfin Live Samurai Champloo. Those are dope, obviously. I
might just go ahead and say Zatch Bell.
2005.
What I find funny about Zatch Bell is I still think it's better than Black Clover to this day.
Yeah, 100% by a lot.
And it's so shonen-y stupid, but it's like it's just better.
Yeah, the characters are way better.
Mobile Gundam Seed.
Ooh, they had Air though. I think I played this visual novel. Air was done by the same people that did Clannad.
Mm-hmm.
They did that right before Clannad, actually, if I remember correctly.
I had to see if I watched Blackjack. Did I watch Blackjack?
2005 was an interesting year.
2006 was an interesting year too.
I'm on my way. This is a fun game. Oh God, 2006 was insane. I saw a lot of these.
That's what I would say. I'm like, oh, what? Man, I want to add this to the list.
Did I watch Familiar Zero? I thought I did.
Add that to watching. Sorry. Had to add that to watching.
Oh, I never finished XX Holic. Damn, that was a good show too. Shout out to what's her name? Give me. She got me up to that one though. Witchblade. That's funny. I watched Witchblade. Why didn't I have that marked off?
I watched it a long time ago too.
That was when I was a little horny little man.
I'm telling you. I wasn't mad at it.
Me either. You stupid.
It's crazy.
We are stupid. All right. 2007.
Oh, brother.
I'm almost at 2009.
Oh, shit, I'm at 2008.
Man, this is so dumb. This is easy. Clannad.
Yeah, I know. I saw it and I was like, that's what he gonna say. I think I found what I'm gonna choose.
What you got?
Hold on, give me a second. You said you choosing Clannad?
Oh, 100%.
All right. I am going to go with something that's not Fullmetal Alchemist, because I know I can say Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm going to go with Ghost in the Shell 2.0.
The original, though. Yeah. Or no, 2.0?
That's the movie. Did the original come out? I thought Ghost in the Shell the original was like
no, Ghost in the Shell the original was like 89 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's too
90s.
Yeah,
I don't know why I said 89. It was like 90s.
All right, I'm gonna go with Bakemonogatari.
What a great one. What an absolute great one.
Because obviously Fullmetal Alchemist is a given.
Yeah. And with that, this is going to be no spoilers this week because it's a very long episode, an hour and 33 minutes of us discussing the summer season.
But you love us.
We love us. We love us. Oh, Canon. The original Canon 2006. Okay. Thank y'all so much for listening. We appreciate y'all. I'm at Polow Morfly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on social media.
You can follow our social medias at MikeCheckWaifu. And remember, as always, Mic check.
Peace.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?